of the no confidence motion against Prime Minister Imran Khan on March the 25th. Now, to get a little bit more information about this, joining me today to talk to us through the latest in Islamabad is my very famous and my very favourite journalist, Mr. Javed Rana. Javed, thanks for joining me here on the front page. It's good to see you, sir. Now, this is a headline that we've seen out of Pakistan today, but you're there. What's it all about? Talk us through it.
Well, it seems that perhaps the days of Prime Minister Imran Khan's government have been numbered. After over 2 dozens of its MPs, the members of the parliaments, they switch over their loyalties to the opposition parties. The Prime Minister Imran Khan has been accusing them that they have been paid millions of dollars in return of switching over their loyalties. Now, the government has come up with a petition which has been filed with the top court of the Pakistan, and within the next couple of days, it is going to come up with a legal opinion on whether or not these MPs can be disqualified for 5 years or for their lifetime. So let's see how things unfold in the Supreme Court. But there is a bigger picture, and that is that the Pakistan's military's role. Pakistan's military has been at the heart of the controversy for making and breaking government in the past, and this particular government has also been what the opposition parties say was manufactured by the military in 2018's general elections. Now, it seems the military has withdrawn its tested support, and the army is projecting itself as a neutral player in this ongoing tense situation between the opposition and the ruling party. But I think it appears that there is a tested support of the military in favor of the opposition parties, which has emboldened them to actually win over the loyalties of the ruling party's members. Now, if the Supreme Court comes up with a judgment which says that these disloyal members would be disqualified for the 5 years or for any term, that means these members may return to their original party. But if it doesn't happen, then there is a greater possibility that this government is going to come to an end within the next couple of weeks. But giving you a bigger picture, and that is that the military has not been happy with the Prime Minister Imran Khan, partly because there was a controversy on the appointment of the country's intelligence chief a couple of months back, and partly also because of the fact that the Prime Minister Imran Khan has been inching towards China and Russia, something the military doesn't feel comfortable with, and military believes that it needs to strike a balance. But I think there is a bigger picture, and that is that the political interest, economic interest of the power elites of Pakistan, the politicians and the retired military generals, that lies with the West. They have their properties there, and therefore they don't want to switch over to China. China's investment in Pakistan has been huge. In comparison to China, the Americans' investment or the other Western countries' investment in Pakistan has not been that much forthcoming. It was largely aid. It ended into the corruption. It ended up into corruption, and also it goes back to the Western countries in form of different consultancies. So let's see how things unfold, but certainly the military's role is going to be very important in this ongoing tense situation in Pakistan.
Awesome. Javed Rana made it very clear. Now we know what's going on.
The growing tide of anti-Israel sentiments. What you see behind me is just tip of the iceberg of what is happening in the country. More than half of $52 billion black CIA budget is spent on espionage network in Pakistan. How would you handle it?
The US has looked upon Pakistan as an ally at one point and then as an enemy at the same time.
That is going to be the first legal reason on the basis of which he is going to be instantly ousted by the Supreme Court of Pakistan.
Joining us live, Javed Rana, who's an expert on politics and geo-strategic issues.
In the world politics, which is not being driven by any moral principle, it is being driven by the hard geo-strategic realities. In a broader picture, more countries would aspire to have nuclear weapons.